I mean, I work every day. So you never stop. Yet you can go to a job and work 9 to 5 and you're just Monday to Friday and that's it. You're done. And then you get to sleep early and do it. Sometimes I'm working till 10, 11 at night because I work international. So I'm dealing with India and China at that time because it's morning over there and it's night over here. And so those are the times you work with overseas, so, I mean, it's not easy at all. It's very hard. Very hard.
Now, in a corporate world, probably if you're not at the top, you have to be dealing with different people,
different
attitudes, temperaments, and situations.
Manager, supervisor,
selfishness, envy, and all that. Yeah. So that's another kind of, how do you call it, difficulties, correct?
Right.
And in our world, we have to deal with all of this assortment of difficulties as well, plus uncertainty of the results.
Right.
So it's very challenging, but at the same time, very rewarding.
Yes. The reward of it all is that I could say, you know what, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. So let's go. So, it's just, it's easy where if you're working for somebody, then you have to give notice, I need to take a vacation and 6 months from now and plan it and da-da-da. And, you could just, or today, I don't feel like going to work today. I'm going to rest and just relax. Or, hey, let's go. So there is a lot more flexibility as an owner of your own business, right?
Right.
Of course, you put in that hard time, but there's a lot more flexibility. So that's it balances out. But it is a lot of work.
Tell me about, is there a world figure, somebody that is alive or not, that you admire the most, that has been like very important in the definition of you as you are?
Well, somebody that's alive?
No, alive or not alive.
Or not alive. The figure that I've always, that I grew up looking at being a fighter is my mom. My mother was those women that fought against, when we grew up in some apartments, she was fighting for rent control. She was fighting for the people. She always was, literally striking out there, walking in strikes against the companies. And so she was like really involved and I used to watch her she never gave up. She was always loud about it. She was always like the rights of the people and how they treat us and treat right. And so she actually, I always speak about how she kind of guided me to be in a way tough in what I do and be strong about it. But also in a way, you have to be very nice about it too. So there's certain ways, you have to act and treat people and everything if that's the way you want to be treated.
Right.
But she's been where I think I got a lot from her. She's very emotional. I am emotional. I could cry watching TV and she does too. So it's kind of like, and she loves music. We love music. She loves to dance. I love to dance. So it's kind of like, that's been my biggest guidance in life.
Is she still alive?
Oh, yeah.
So you talk to her a lot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You look for advice or just son and mom talking?
It's just, now it's more of a comfort of talking to mom and, just remembering those days, all the days growing up, remembering with her, and where you got the values from and now it's just mom saying, I'm proud of you. She always tells me that she's proud of me and what I've done and where I'm at. And so that's just like a comforting that you're doing everything correctly.
Are you proud of yourself?
Actually, not to sound egoistic, but I'm very proud of where I'm at. I'm very proud of what I've been able to accomplish because it hasn't been easy. Without getting the education, I've still done what I've done because I don't give up. I say I went to the school of hard knocks from the streets. I learned everything from the streets. I could have been in the drugs. I had all the friends. I could have been in drugs. I could have been out in the streets. I could have been in jail. I had a dean in high school at 17 years old. He told me, he kicked me out of school. And that's when I was being not good. missing school and just going to parties at that age, young age. And he told me one time when he kicked me out, he says, Ruben, there's only two things that's going to happen in your life. You're either going to end up in jail or dead. That's all. I was like, whoa. But that stood with me for like maybe 6 months. And then I got off my butt and I said, you know what? I'm not going to end up dead and I'm not going to end up in jail. I'm going to do what I can to succeed. And that's where I just even started more trying to work and do things and do the right things and just kept going and kept going. Well, I ran into him probably about 10 years ago when I first became the chairman of the LBA. Like 12 years ago, I ran into him at a restaurant out in Montebello, Quiet Canyon. I clearly remember he walked in and I'm there at a meeting and I'm in a suit. And I went up to him and I told him, remember me? And he's all like, Ruben? Yeah. Oh my God, what are you doing now? And I told him, here's my card, chairman of the LBA, business owner, blah, 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 blah. And he told me he remembered. He goes, do you remember what I told you that day? I said, yeah, you told me I was either going to end up dead or I was going to end up in jail. He goes, I'm proud of you. And he invited me back to he was a principal at a junior high school and invited me back to their business day and everything to speak to the students. So that was like, proud moment in which, hey, somebody who thought I would be dead now saw me as a successful person. And so since then, I mean, I just try to do everything that I can. And I am. And now that I got the honorary doctorate, that was like the highest honor that I can get, being that I didn't finish high school or go to college. And to get an honorary doctorate and be able to put PhD at the end. And now everybody calls me doctor. In Mexico, they're all doctor, very respectful.
Of course.
So now it's even at another level where I have to act at another level of respect and just treat everybody even better. And, it's a different level that everybody's calling me doctor out of respect. And
that's amazing.
Yes.
That should feel very good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it makes me feel proud. But,
right.
I mean, I don't.
But also,
I never say it is the first time that.
No, but that's good. But also,
I think about it that way.
Yeah, you have to check out your not to be too proud because then you're gonna lose humbleness. And be humble is so important. It's the best step, the first step to wisdom.
Yes, yes.
So arrogance is the first step to ignorance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, Dr. Ruben, if if I give you a billboard in the one of the most important places in town, which message would you put on it so other people can read it?
What message I would put on it?
Yeah, what message could you put on it?
People can read it.
Yeah, not your brand, of course, but, something that is inspirational.
That's, what I would put? Don't whine, win.
I love it. That's
don't whine,
even musical.
Win. So that's something like
it rhymes.
A lot of us in business and everything, we're always whining about it. I said, why are you whining? You got to take initiative. You got to win.
Right.
Don't worry about the little things. Worry about the bigger things. Let's be creative. So you're always learning, but you're always creating. We create things. So that was actually one of the things that was on my speech last week in the business awards that I give a speech. And that was one thing that I told everybody. And I put it in my speech. I said, don't whine, win. And it was. It is very meaningful. Yeah.
Now, I always, because we're getting to the end of this conversation that I really appreciated.
Yes.
I usually ask my guests about something that was said by Seneca, this famous Roman philosopher. And he said something like this: life is long if you know how to use it. What do you think about this phrase?
Well, I think life is long as long as you stay healthy. I think that a lot of business owners, I have some friends right now that are diabetic. I'm diabetic. So I'm always trying to watch how I eat, how I diet, and And I always say to myself, I want to live as long so I can see the day my daughter has children or my son has children. As long as I get to that point, then I'm okay, right? So trying to keep healthy. A lot of us lose track of being healthy because, in business, you're having dinners and you're here and there. I mean,
you don't sleep.
I'm always,
you have
don't
to be
sleep,
drinking,
don't rest, the stress,
cheering,
all that
people.
Stuff. What I've done is I've kind of committed myself to, I drink a lot of water now. I don't drink liquor. I've never smoked. I always try to be healthy, because if you want to live a long life and you want to have a successful business and everything, you need to be healthy.
Now, before we finish, I would ask you, what would be your message to entrepreneurs, either young or entrepreneurs that are struggling or fighting to make it? What's your message to them?
I think most of them, a lot of entrepreneurs, they need to find their mentors, and they need to find somebody who's successful and grab onto them and listen to what they say. I mentor a lot of business owners that are coming, new business owners, and I do it for free. I think to give back, you'll always receive more, and it tells us also in the Bible, whatever you give, you're going to get back 10 times.
Right.
So I don't see and receiving anything back. I love to help. I love to give and to help, especially when it comes to helping you with advice, experiences that I've gone to help entrepreneurs. So always listen. Like they say when we're growing up, listen to your elderly, right? They know more than us.
Right.
So listen to those experienced business owners that already been through a lot of experiences to get to where they're at. They have to find those type of business owners to lead them and make those partnerships and friendships and relationships and respect them and honor them, and things will come out really good for you when you don't think that you know it all, because not all of us, we don't know it all. We have to find those doors, and those doors open up for us, and we miss them. And we need to walk through those doors when we see the opportunity. And the way you're going to get that is through leadership or business owners that have been there.
Yeah, because entrepreneurship sometimes takes you to isolation because you put long hours at your office by yourself dealing with situations, and you forget about the networking.
Right.
Finding the mentors that you are saying, and because you're going to learn from them. So valuable. Ruben, so nice having you here. Dr. Ruben.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more about the Latin Business Association, go to lbausa.com. Thanks so much for listening to our show this week. If you want to find out more about our podcast, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Como Lo Hizo, or visit our website at ComoLoHizo.com. Please subscribe to our show on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you listen to your podcast. If you want to reach out to comment or suggest a topic, please email hello@ComoLoHizo.com. This show was produced at the iHeart Studios in Los Angeles. I'd like to thank our producer Amelia Macchiavello, our sound engineer Martin Garcia, our technical supervisor Nathan Staton, and Annie Siderovich, our general producer. Como Lo Hizo is a co-production from Premier Radio Network and Crece Grow Media. I am Fernando Schiantarelli. Thanks again for listening.